Happy to have you back. Happy it's Wednesday. Perhaps not as happy as some parents are about to be, and lesser students, I would imagine. There will be school tomorrow in the viewing area. Glad to report. And again, I'm sure that there is some other mixed emotions on the matter. Johnson County Schools back to school tomorrow. I can as well tell you that they've assessed roads county-wide. And due to some icy conditions, of course, some roads are just simply impassable. They've identified those as the left and right forks of Asa Creek, Frozen, Old Ratliff Road, left fork of 2 Mile and Bob's Branch, and just letting everyone know that buses will not run there. And you need to try to, get your kid to the bus either at the closest road or make other arrangements. I just got off the phone with Superintendent of Schools in McGoffin County, Chris Meadows, who says, like Johnson, there's a handful of mostly gravel roads that buses just can't travel on, and they've actually had their drivers meeting with the drivers, and the drivers are going to be contacting the families of those roads and work out an arrangement for an alternate place for them to get on the bus and go, so they won't have to be transported all the way to school. So school back in session tomorrow. We will talk with and hear more about from last night's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting as to several school-related topics and some news coming out of there, an update on the Career and Technical Center. That is becoming a reality very, very soon, and some other important things. And just what is the algorithm for deciding as to whether or not a day is going to be a snow day or an NTI day? Superintendent will share that with you in just a few moments. I have a host of other news as well. And some of that, of course, is weather and rain related, as we're about to get wet here in the viewing area after seeing a day of mostly dry but damp air, but just no rain. That is about to change. I'll be right back.
Join us for the grand opening of the Johnson County Community Health Center on Thursday, January 25th, with an open house from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Enjoy free refreshments and register to win a prize by taking a tour of our new facility, including a big screen smart TV, Fitbit, and gift card. We are proud to offer family medicine, behavioral health, and an in-house laboratory. Patient appointments are available beginning January 29th. Call now. Big Sandy Healthcare. Quality care close to home.
An incredible group of furry friends is heading to the Mountain Arts Center. The Canine Stars Stunt Dog Show brings together world-class trainers and their adopted dogs. They've amazed audiences on shows such as America's Got Talent, Nickelodeon Unleashed, and American Ninja Warrior. These remarkable rescue dogs have transformed from shelter pets to rock stars. Join us on Saturday, February 3rd at 3 p.m. at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg, Kentucky for the Canine Stars Stunt Dog Show. We'll see you there.
Sagersville National Bank hopes to help you start the new year with financial freedom and peace of mind. From new services like Apple and Google Pay with your debit card to their more than century of being dedicated to being your personal or business banking institution, they're here for you with digital, phone, or in-person banking at both locations.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
School being the topic of discussion for a lot of the show, not just the announcement that they're back in session in McGoffin and Johnson County tomorrow, but we will talk about schools statewide and as how it relates to the McGoffin County school system as well, and coverage of last night's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting. As I told you a couple of weeks ago, there's two varying budget proposals, one by the House, one by the governor here in the state of Kentucky, that were released a few weeks ago. The legislative session has convened. We're now in our third week. It will adjourn on April the 15th. And with that said, that has been a topic of conversation there. Basically, the governor's budget had, I think it was a 10 to 11% raise for teachers across the state. And on the other side, I think about a 2% raise the first year and a 1% raise the second, as was proposed by the House. And those two, and there are a lot of other varying details in those proposals, but those two proposals have, of course, been analyzed and discussed at the state level. And actually, from my understanding, according to at least one state official, there is the talk of a bipartisan task force to possibly be formed to try to find some more or other methods or options for school funding. And one of those could potentially be changing, altering, or doing away with the SEEK formula that's been used for a number of years. Lawmakers have again until April the 15th to make that decision or those decisions. I'm glad it's them and not me. But for local boards of education like the McGoffin County School District, superintendents and other administrators have been looking closely at both proposals, and they brought it up last night per Superintendent Chris Meadows in the board meeting here in McGoffin.
And one of the things that we have been working on is working with our representative John Blanton to give him some of our data and show him how that budget would impact our district. And he's taking that back to people he works with to hopefully come up with something that would impact us a little better than it currently is in their proposal. But we also have scheduled meetings with our legislators in February. We're going to go down and participate in the KASA Capitol Drive-In like we did before. Okay. Try to meet with them and share that information as well.
From there, on to the topic of the new McGoffin County Career and Technical Center, which is getting closer to becoming a reality. In my last update, which has been several weeks ago, certainly before the cold and the snow and a little bit farther back than that, I learned, as I told you, that it was coming along quite nicely and that they were projecting to be in the new building in maybe the third month of the new year. Well, architect Mike Sparkman, following a walkthrough just immediately before the meeting of the new facility, says that despite the weather, he's satisfied with the status of the project being completed in 1 month's time, he says, with furniture arriving next Thursday.
We looked at the schedule. Final completion is 30 days, approximately 30 days away from where we are today. But overall, I'm happy with the addition. I think there's some genuine successes with the way it blends into the existing building with the brick. The suites are nice and generous, and I think it's a success. Just need to kind of close it out and get to that point.
And coming up in light of all this, Superintendent Meadows says that very soon they will be having an open house. This is going to be a community open house. Open doors for everyone, all community members, all, of course, staff, students, and the like. He's also going to reach out to, for example, Logan Corporation, the Big Sandy Community and Technical College, and some other folks who are in that field, so to speak, if you will, encouraging them to come and be a part of it and take a look and give them their opinion on it, as well as, of course, Scotty B. Patrick, which made this entire thing happen with his donation of $5 million. I've been in it. It is getting close, and it is absolutely stunning and will offer so many possibilities to our students. I can't wait to get to give you a walkthrough. With that said, let's talk about school days missed. Where does the calendar stand? How many days have we got left? When is it projected that students will get out on the current number of snow or weather or NTI days? For that, Director of Pupil Personnel, Justin Bailey, who said that even though students weren't in the classroom today, it was in NTI day, making it officially the 91st day of school.
So that leaves 79 days left till the end of the school year. So we've moved over that halfway mark, 79 days left, and that puts us at May 20th, which is a Monday. That is the Monday before Memorial Day. So May 20th, which is a Monday. Now, that week has an election day in it. So Tuesday would be an election day. I think right now the reasonable goal is, that May 24th, that Friday, trying to get school wrapped up before Memorial Day. And at this point, today was NTI day number 5. Tomorrow will be 6. So not counting tomorrow, that leaves us with 4 NTI days. and then 3 days in that last week to work with. So we've got about 7 days to work with if we're looking at May 24th as sort of a goal. But I think we're in pretty good shape. Up between now and the end of the school year, we really only have one break left, and that is spring break, which is that first week of April. So we just want to see some snow melts and get the kids back in here, but we're still in pretty good shape.
And while we may or may not be seeing any more snow days, there's a good bet that we will. It is just the middle of January or a little bit thereafter. What is, if there is any, algorithm or other process to determining if a day is going to be a traditional snow day or an NTI day? I thought that was a good question. It was posed to the superintendent in the community, and he brought forth an answer again during last night's meeting, and I'll share that with you in just a few seconds. Right now, let's go on to tonight's community calendar, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau with some announcements that we kind of were in a hiatus per the weather, but are now back on the calendar and the schedule. I'll get to those in a couple of seconds, but from the same folks at the 4-H organization through our extension service. First off, a fundraiser. Every fourth Wednesday of the month, 5 to 8, a portion of sales go from your Sayersville Dairy Queen to the McGoffin County 4-H Summer Camp. That's right. Help send a kid or kids to camp. If you eat something great, it's a great cause at your Sayersville DQ every fourth Wednesday of the month, 5 to 8. For example, that would be tonight. Just saying. And every third Thursday of the month, a portion of sales goes to support the McGoffin County Extension Service 4-H Backpack Program. This is a wonderful fundraiser. 4-H is helping the backpack program. I've covered it. It's just great, and you can spend a little time one day a month, one evening, 5 to 8 to help support it. So when there's no school, there's no 4-H clubs or things happening. That's their policy. But school's back in session tomorrow, and the McGoffin County 4-H After School Club for kids 9 to 18 gets back in session tomorrow, 3:30 to 5. Parents want to keep them out of the house a little more than just school? Call tomorrow and tell them they're coming. 349-3216. The next McGoffin 4-H Clover Buds Club for kids in grades K to 3 in McGoffin County. We'll meet February the 7th, 3:30 to 4:30. Call the same number to register. And the McGoffin County Teen Club, the McGoffin County 4-H Teen Club. Next, we'll meet February the 6th, after missing, I guess, most all of January, at least half of their two, 3:30 to 5 at the Extension Service, 349-3216. I mean, it's something for all ages, essentially. It's a great place. They learn everything that you could imagine and have a lot of fun doing it. And they hope that you'll call and have your kids go, or kids call and take care of yourself. The New Bethel Assembly Senior Commodities Day is this Saturday at 8 in the morning till 11 this Saturday after they had to cancel it last weekend. And McGoffin County commodities are tomorrow. Please, they don't think they're going to have any help, as they do sometimes get from the inmates who are volunteering, but so even worse than usual, they desperately need some volunteers tomorrow. If you can, please go to the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center in the morning and or call 349-512. Talk to Marlene and let her get you ready to help support them tomorrow. They need the assistance every single month, and tomorrow is certainly no exception. Going on to tonight's funeral service announcements, we'll start with McGoffin County, where Helen Arnott, 92, of Middle Fork Road, passed away on yesterday's date at her home. Arrangements are still being made at this hour and to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. In Johnson County, 73-year-old Larry Burchett of Whittensville passed away Monday at Pikeville Medical Center, survived by his wife Jerry, 2 daughters, a stepdaughter, 2 stepsons, 3 brothers, 7 grandchildren, and 3 step-grandchildren. Services for Larry Burchett will be held Friday morning at 11 at the Jones and Preston Funeral Chapel. Friends can call on the funeral home tomorrow from 4 to 8 and until services start Friday morning for visitation. An 89-year-old Ivan Huff, formerly of Van Leer, passed away on Thursday the 18th in Winchester, survived by his wife, Patsy, 1 son, a daughter, 2 sisters, and 6 grandchildren. A memorial service honoring Ivan's life will take place this Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Calvary Christian Church in Winchester, with visitation beginning an hour before at noon. And the family asks that in lieu of flowers, contributions be made to support hospice care under the care of the Jones and Preston Funeral Home.
Welcome to 2024. So while you're out breaking all those resolutions you made, Appalachian Wireless will help you keep the most important ones, saving money and staying connected. Appalachian Wireless is starting the new year with up to $600 off select devices. And that's with a new or renewed line on an Appalachian Advantage Unlimited plan or mix and match. Up to $600 off. So stay connected in 2024. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Terms and conditions apply. See AppalachianWireless.com for details.
Regardless of what season it is, you can always find fan favorites of the Ville, Salyersville, at the seasonal shop. For the dudes, Duke and Cannon, Turn Rose, and more. And always something for all the Hornet fans. And for all the ladies, it's always Wildcat season, and it all changes daily. That's why you always have to make a stop at the seasonal shop just next door to Fraser's Prater Drug Store. The best place for all your prescription, over-the-counter, and Radio Shack needs, with some of the very best hometown lunch specials and treats. They're a pair like you can find nowhere else but in Salyersville. Cooked cabbage is back at your Salyersville Lee's, and so is the low-carb plate. I mean, yes, you can call it a low-carb plate because it is. There's barely any carbs in it, but it's also one of the tastiest meals we've got. And the healthiest, low-carb or not. With juicy roast strips, our famous green beans, and yes, that tasty cooked cabbage. A taste and flavor all its own, and only at your Salyersville Lee's. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
You've seen the forecast, right? You know what season it is, so it is time to get ready. With New Year deals that are worth up to $200 off a new set of tires, and get your car running like new with only a $35 state-of-the-art computer diagnosis, and save all the payments for later with 6 months same as cash at Conley Tire and ConleyTire.net. I've had Paul Gumby and Montgomery on the program a number of times. We've covered the McGoffin County Special Olympics on and off as they've done a lot of things, a lot of their events and the like, a lot of fundraisers for them. Tonight, we want to pass along that 'tis the season, so to speak, again, as they're getting ready to gear up for another big season with Special Olympics, and that means that they're asking the community and public once again to, as they have been so graciously, helping support them and some great, great kids. Special Olympics invites any child or adult from 8 to any adult age that has an intellectual disability that wishes to participate in sporting events to come and join them in a wide array. They've got track and field in the spring and summer, of course. They've got state events that they go to, bowling this fall, and it just creates a lot of joy in their eyes, a lot of medals, a lot of ribbons. They've been very successful, all part of a blessing. And they start practice soon for their spring track meets that are in April. Yeah, that's that soon. And the Kentucky State Special Olympics require everyone to have matching uniforms. And some of the athletes have outgrown their uniforms. You know, understandably so. Kids grow a lot. And they've got some new athletes. So, as much as they've tried to keep everything free for the athletes, they continue to do so with your help. And they are humbly asking for a $25 donation to help offset the cost for uniforms and shoes for the kids and athletes. Any help will be truly appreciated. And these kids and adults deserve to be treated just as everyone else, and they deserve a chance to participate. And with your help, they can. Contact Paul Montgomery or Keisha Sowers any way that you know how, social media or the like, or you can as well make a donation via a check and make it payable to McGoffin County Special Olympics, P.O. Box 1171 here in Salyersville, 41465. We've got a lot of great causes here locally that just a few dollars will go a long way to support, and none are any more deserving and better than this. So if you can, please help. Yes, remember, April. Spring track meets start in April. Mm-hmm. Going back now and capping coverage of last night's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting, it was a good question brought forth to Superintendent Chris Meadows by the public, and he brought it up last night during the meeting. What does go into deciding or designating a day, a snow day, by and large, as an NTI day or a traditional snow day?
There are a few things that we consider when we're trying to determine whether or not it's an NTI day. For one, I don't feel like we need to do too many NTI days in a row. And so I feel like 3 is a comfortable span, and that's what we did last week. We had Martin Luther King Day on Monday. We did 3 NTI days, and I felt like by Friday, probably kids and teachers might be getting a little bit frazzled, and parents, with dealing with this instruction at home. So that is considered. How many are we willing to do in a row? And 3 is about the limit, I feel, before we need a break. I also don't want to ever take away the joy of having a snow day, because we were all students at one time, and there is some joy in waking up and knowing that it's a traditional snow day, especially for kids. So we don't want to ever take that away from what it's like to be a kid. And then ultimately, Justin mentioned the date at the end of the year. You always have a target date in your mind at the end of the year that you're hoping to reach, and you know how many NTI days you have to work with and how many school closures you can do to reach that. So all of those factors are considered. But to say there's a checklist and exact science, it's not. But I hope it's working out. If it doesn't, we'll try something different next year.
Here is the best answer I can give you as to right now what we're expecting to see rainfall-wise. An event starting tonight and giving us a break by Friday. Friday's going to be a bit of a dry-out day, so to speak, and then ramping up for another system for your weekend. Looking at a little current data, we started off this morning at a low, a base point of 35.5 degrees, topped out at 55 degrees, and currently 47.7, and with no wind out there, that's pretty much what it feels like, although it's just drizzly and wet. Winds out of the east, 2 miles per hour. We had a big 5.5 mile an hour gust earlier today, and that was about it. Humidity, obviously up 93%. It's going to keep climbing. No measurable rainfall right now, but that's on the verge of changing. Just some light showers, which started earlier, which are going to increase. Sunrise 7:43, sunset 5:47. There's the shower activity that's getting ready to crank up. Some of that yellow, heavier stuff there, and it's already rolled through parts of central Kentucky and will make it into our neck of the woods before too long. Well, there, it's already put down an inch and a half of rain or so, and it's going to continue to build and make its way. Look at all of that down to our south and west. And it's going to make its way. We are still looking tonight, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain tonight is what they're calling for. Maybe another 3/4 of an inch to an inch tomorrow, and then some showers continuing thereafter. That's all on the lighter side. My window right now for maximum rainfall is 2 to 3 inches for the first round. That's the maximum I'm hoping for, and then we get a break Friday, and then we see more rain activity on your Saturday, where right now there just no one's really, at least no one I know of, mainly me and the National Weather Service, pinning down any estimates for Saturday. Still just a lot of variables in that to see how much rain we're going to see. Short and sweet of it again. We're not going to fall much lower than where we are tonight temperature-wise. I think around 46 or so is where we're going to bottom out. Southwesterly winds will pick up in a bit, 7 to 15 as that big mass starts to roll into the neighborhood. And yes, 100% chance of showers and storms to be expected. And you just saw it. 62 tomorrow is still your expected daytime high. And showers and potential thunderstorms as we just covered. Winds picking up out of the south, up to 22 miles per hour at times, perhaps. Tomorrow night's low, 51. And then Friday, well, tomorrow's definitely the peak temperature-wise. Friday, mid-50s, almost on the dot. Southwesterly winds lessening down to 5 to 7. And Friday, only a 10% chance of showers before 7 in the morning. So the bulk of this first round of rain tonight, tomorrow, and later tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Friday will be a bit of a break in the action. I think we'll see a mostly dry day after 7 o'clock or so. 55 and some light southwesterly winds. That's just a lull. Keep it in mind, that is just a lull. We've got, of course, a lot more to talk about thereafter. A slow-moving cold front that's approaching from the west today through Thursday. An additional round of rainfall and isolated thunderstorms from Saturday into Saturday night. Still a lot of uncertainty with that. Right now, we're calling Saturday 52 and 41 for your high and your low. Cloudy. And yes, a 90% chance of showers. No mention of any thunderstorms for Saturday's forecast. Flipping the script on over into the latter half of your 7-day Sunday, 46 and 34, as showers are expected to continue, not as intense for the latter half of the weekend, but Sunday, 46 and 34. And then we've got cold air coming back, maybe a little snow on the end of all of this moisture and rain. Monday, 39, a low of 29 that night, mostly cloudy skies, a lingering chance of some rain. Tuesday, mid-40s. Wednesday, mid-40s. Nighttime lows right at 30 or 31, just below the freezing mark. I think we'll see a little sunshine return next Tuesday. And on your Wednesday, we can't shake the shower chances, I don't think, either day as of right now, but only some lingering moisture and nothing to the extent of what we're seeing, what we will see tonight and into your tomorrow, and then, of course, Saturday, and maybe into a portion of your Sunday. I'll see you back here tomorrow night. We'll see how much rain we have gotten, how much more we are expecting, and for now, keep that umbrella close. And that's it. That's it for tonight. Thank you for being a part of the show. I'll see you back here tomorrow for the next edition of Your News Today.